Peace and blessings, love and light, kings and queens. I am Lady Nicole, and welcome to Queen Up. Today, joining us are our beautiful royal representatives, Dr. J.
Hi.
Miss Royal.
Hi.
Kim B.
Good morning.
And our beautiful, lovely co-host, guest, Miss Takenya Mims. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
It is 2021. Whew! 2020 was something else, but thank God we made it.
Amen.
How's everybody feeling this morning?
Great.
Good.
Peachy.
Good. So let's just dive into our first Queen Quality segment, New Year, New You. So January is always the time when everyone decides, you know what, I'm going to start a new habit. I'm going to stop an old habit, maybe get some things organized, maybe go to the gym, maybe it's time for me to stop smoking, stop cussing, all kind of things. So Kim B is going to share with us how we can get that started and keep on our goals for this year.
Okay, well, I don't do resolutions. I am a goal setter. So I always start off my New Year's with doing a vision board. Mm-hmm. So for those that don't know what a vision board is, it's a board where you put all of your goals for the year, personal, career, spiritual, health and wellness goals, all together on a beautiful board. And you can also put some scriptures. So my favorite scripture for my vision board is Habakkuk 2:2, King James Version. And it says, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets that he may run that readeth it. So that is my vision board scripture. So I'm always about setting goals for myself, empowering women to set goals for themselves. But I always start off with little goals, reachable goals,
right?
Maybe 2 to 3 months versus a whole year.
Right. Okay. So Kim B says she doesn't set resolutions, but she is a goal setter. Anybody else a goal setter, or do you have any resolutions that, something you want to work on for 2021?
I say I don't create resolutions. I make declarations.
Okay, now.
I like that, Miss Royal. Yes.
Yeah, from Cindy Trim, actually.
Oh, I love Cindy. Okay.
Yes, I read something that she posted yesterday, and that's what it said. And so I began my new year. There's things I needed to do in the house.
Okay.
Kind of like decluttering, since I had started plus size modeling. So I've accumulated a bunch of clothes and I've become like a slave to them.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, like it's just like mounds of clothes, and it's like, so I finally got it done. I had a cleaning lady come over.
Okay.
So I feel good. I started the new year off in something, taking an action towards something that I have to, daily maintain.
And when you get those clothes together, what do you do with the clothes? You donate them?
Well, no, it's just a matter of organizing.
Okay.
Because normally, you tend to separate winter and summer clothes, but whether we have it, it's like, mixed up.
Okay.
And then like with the place where I'm at, I moved here last year, so I didn't really get a chance to organize things the way I wanted to. But then I realized too, I need more space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think most women want more space in their closet, no matter how big it is.
Yes. Absolutely.
We got a lot of clothes.
Well, Nicole, I also want to say that for myself, I'm doing a lot of self-care in 2021. Health and wellness, getting massages monthly, maybe exercising. Maybe I need to do that. Stop talking about it and being about it.
And be about it.
Yes.
And I'll say, I really think that goal setting is key, as can be said, but I think just make sure you keep track of your success, because it's so easy to kind of have these very broad goals and you need to keep track of it and have a check mark, check it off, so that you can encourage yourself to push forward and continue to build that list and all the achievements as it goes along. So just a thought about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. What about
That's
you,
awesome,
Miss Mims?
I don't think I've ever been a fan of resolution. I kind of just make a list of what I want to do, and I was really never consistent with that, to be honest. Until probably until 2019. I think I got more consistent with it. This year I didn't write anything. I more so wrote in my journal about my prayers. So to me, that was more like affirming and kind of manifesting to myself what I want to happen. So I kind of did it a little differently this year.
Well, that's great. That's great. No matter how you do it, whether you make a resolution, declaration, decide I'm going to be a goal setter. January is most likely the time of year where people decide that this is an opportunity for new beginnings and I need to make a change. There are new opportunities and I'm going to go get it, so I encourage everyone to create a vision board. It is a wonderful thing.
Yes.
My husband and I did one last year, and I can honestly say that 95% of what was on the board came to fruition.
Praise God.
God is just good like that.
Yes, He is.
Even in the midst of COVID season, we
yes.
what it is that we set out to do. The only thing that we did not do was the Essence Festival.
Mm.
We'll try again.
Yeah. That was out of your control.
Yes, it was.
Can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
So speaking of opportunities and possibilities and new things, this year, everyone will have the opportunity in the United States or, abroad to take the new COVID-19 vaccine. And we're going to just do a roundabout. What do you think about the vaccine? How do you feel about it? I personally feel that, I'm not saying yay and I'm not saying nay right now. I'm saying not right now. I got to You know what I mean? So what do you think, Kim B?
Well, Kim B will be taking the vaccine, but Kim B will be waiting until May or June because Johnson & Johnson has a new vaccine that you only have to take one dose.
Yeah.
Now, Nicole, you and I both know I used to work for Johnson & Johnson. So, I reached out to some of my old colleagues and said, hey, what's going on? So Kim B's going to wait for the one dose.
Okay.
Because I want to travel.
Two people are waiting. Okay. What about you, Kenya?
I was kind of on the no side for a minute, and I'm still kind of stuck there.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Like, I don't do the flu vaccine. Like, I don't do it. I don't know what it is about it. I think the one time I got sick because I took it, like, I just didn't want to take nothing else anymore. Nothing like vaccine wise. So right now I'm still on the fence of no, maybe later. As I see more things develop. And I do have some friends in healthcare that have taken it and like been giving us like status updates and things like that. So I'm just looking at everything before I shift my opinion on it. But right now it's a no.
And that's one thing you need to see. We have to do research. You got to wait. That's what I'm doing. What about you, Dr. J?
Well, I will say that as soon as one is available for me, I will be taking it.
Okay,
I'm waiting. I mean, I'll end up waiting just because I'm not in any of those high risk groups that I'm aware of.
Okay.
But I will say when it's available, I'm taking it right away. 319,000 or people, dead. Yeah. Just saying 40 to 50% or maybe 30 to 40% of them are African American or people of color. So many of us are frontline workers that don't have the luxury of, working in our homes. And even if you do work in your home. So, I mean, I have a very strong opinion. I'm taking advantage of it as soon as it's available. My mother-in-law, who's 92, I think 92. She's in an assisted living facility in Florida. She's fine. And that's just my strong opinion.
Okay.
I mean, it's available. I'm going to take it.
Okay. What about you, Miss Royal?
I'm on the fence about it. I'm not rushing to
Yeah.
take it like you. I'm gonna wait because I feel that uh, I never took the flu shot either. My daughter has to take it because when she has asthma, and her primary care physician recommended that at an early age she have it because of the asthma. So I wouldn't say no, but I think I would wait because I feel that sometimes when they rush, it's like the first generation of whatever they make is always flaws, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather wait it out and see. Hopefully it'll be contained.
Yeah, I hope so. And I think that it's great that we have the vaccine available. I think that it can help people.
Yes,
We
yes.
definitely should take it. But I think people are kind of on a fence like me because there's so many, uncertainties and so many lies and just a lot of drama surrounding that you're just not sure. And let's just be honest. People who look like us, we've been tricked before with some things. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that this is that,
Right.
but I do think that it's wise to do your research, be sure, and do what's best for you. Yeah, we just want this to go away so everyone can get back to some sense of normalcy. It's a lot going on.
Can I just share one more quick thing?
Sure.
That is one, with the vaccine being available to some at some point in the near future, I would say just continue to mask up, social distance.
Absolutely.
It's going to be with us for a while. The only other thing that I will say is that it's important to connect with your healthcare professional so that you know what your risk factors are and they can help you determine that risk benefit ratio. So,
absolutely.
Keeping in mind that one last thing, one of the major contributors or researcher for the vaccine was African American, actually a university graduate. So I say all that to say that we have a lot of really sad history, as far as medical research and those kinds of things. And obviously you can't forget the past, but keeping that in mind, we want to certainly, when we're comfortable, take advantage of those things that everyone else is, or so many others are. Don't let that be something that hurts us because we don't want to take advantage of what other people are taking advantage of. So
yes. Good point, Dr. J. Thank you for that. So we are going to dive right into our next Queen Quality segment. There's a thing going around, in 2021, I don't want any new friends, no new friends syndrome. Drake and DJ Khaled had a song called No New Friends, and everyone kind of jumped on the bandwagon. I don't want anybody else in my circle because I don't trust people. Now, listen, I get it. Speaking for me, I've been betrayed by some people. Some people have done me dirty. I know what that feels like, and they say, oh, people like you have trust issues. No, I don't know if I have trust issues. It's just that I've been through some things. So, I proceed with caution. But I don't know how I feel about the no new friends syndrome. If we kind of shut down and disconnect, don't you do yourself a disservice by not allowing yourself to network, to meet new people, to have new opportunities, things like that. So I feel that that's something that maybe we need to kind of press pause on, and not be so, stern with no new friends. What do you think, Dr. J?
Well, I'm of the strong opinion that life is a journey. I think that people go through different changes, different, times during their life, and they have different responsibilities. And so with that being said, I'm someone who's moved around quite a lot. And if people said no new friends, I wouldn't have very many friends. I say that to say that I'm all in favor of, the more the merrier, but keeping in mind that friendships take time. You have to invest the time. And so whether it's by Zoom, phone, you can continue to connect with your old friends, but build that circle. You can be a blessing to other people and they can be a blessing to you. And I know that, when I think about my first friend was my mom and my sister, and both of whom passed. But the reality of it is that God has brought so many people into my life who have been wonderful friends. And it's a blessing to bless others with your friendship as well as being blessed by them. So I would say expand the circle. That's my strong opinion.
I completely agree when you have the opportunity to do so, because everyone you meet is not going to be a friend.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
You put them in different categories, but you shouldn't just kind of shut yourself out, because you just never know. 20 years ago, I met this crazy lady named Kim B who's on the podcast, so if I had that, attitude, we wouldn't have such a long dynamic of a friendship, but we both don't shut ourselves out to meeting other people, what do you think, Ms. Royal?
I think you're right. I meet a lot of people, and I've learned to, unfortunately, you have to put people in categories. That's me. I'm a big person on my personal boundaries, and so I learned I have to control certain things with people and what they're bringing and the energies, so I can maintain my peace.
Oh,
Okay. Peace.
Peace. You all know, I always say peace is a wonderful thing.
Right. Right.
What about you, Kenya?
If you asked me this last year, I would have a whole attitude about it. I've always been team no new friends. My friends that I have are all home, and we all were born like within 1 year of each other.
Oh, okay.
So we've been friends that long, and so when I was back home, that's all I hung around, and when I moved here to Texas, I was still team no new friends because I don't open up well. Like I'm real in myself. Like I just don't open up a lot to other people. And so I eventually did and got burned. And so I went right back to, I knew I shouldn't have, and it goes back to, it made me mad because it was an eye opener to how I grew up as being taught how friendships are, and then to move to a different place that's still considered Southern, but to me still not Southern like Tennessee is or Mississippi. Like our Southern is different to me. And so the background that I came from and the experience that I endured here taught me that everybody doesn't value friendships the same.
Absolutely.
And I had to learn that the hard way, and all my friendships turned into sisterhoods. And that's when I learned that there are categories. That, okay, you're not my friend, like you're more of an associate. I'm gonna have to put you over here. And so I've always been on that team of no new friends. As of late, probably like the summer of last year, I joined this Black Girl Social Club to force myself to get out of that mindset, to force myself to kind of be social because I'm kind of anti social, introverted, big time. So I talked to Jesus and I was like, all right, I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but I feel like it's time for me to get out of my wall, out of my box. And so it's been like baby steps I've been taking, doing different Zooms and different events and things like that. So I'm opening up, but I'm also, I still like with the experience that I've had now, I know how to approach it, when letting people into my space now, so I'm not as guarded, but I'm guarded, that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with proceeding with caution. We do it all the time. You have to make smart decisions for yourself. You know what I mean? Kind of guard your heart. And the wonderful thing about being a child of God is that you have discernment where you can kind of tell when something is a little off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So always trust your gut. Always.
True.
So, ladies, we are going to move on, and Kim B is going to tell us how we can stay fabulous. I mean, because we are always fabulous. For 2000, 2021.
I don't know about that one, but I'm
Yes,
going to tell you
fabulous.
about some fashion trends that I've done research. So one of the new fashion trends I've never heard of is called monochromatic outfits. And to me, they look like lounge wear,
Okay.
wet clothes. I don't know if I would walk outside wearing them, but that's what the fashion experts are saying, that in 2021, a lot of people will continue to wear these types of outfits, because right now, a lot of people are wearing tights. Yeah. I have to be honest. I only could fit tights right now. Sweatpants, lounge clothes, and masks. That's the fashion trend.
Yeah.
You know, people are bling bling with their masks.
Mm-hmm.
I own 2 businesses, so my mask has my logos. Nicole has masks for us, and it has our logo. And so that's trending for 2021. But for me, I also always keep a cute little black dress. I have one on today.
You can't go wrong with a black dress, right?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yes.
Yes.
It's timeless.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So
I would say that most people probably are going to kind of stay in that vein where whatever's comfortable right now, you know, whatever is easy, especially, you know, a lot of people have been working from home. So Cam and I did something the other night, and I really had to pause. I'm like, wait a minute, do I have to put heels on? Because I'm so used to wearing flats and Uggs. Like, wait, I don't put heels on.
Yes.
It's gonna work.
So, and it's because you just become so accustomed of whatever is easy, whatever is comfortable. And I'm sure that we're kind of going to gradually go back into, you know, being, you know, a little extra with stuff. But I agree. Yes, it's all about the mask, all about being comfortable. And
yes. But we still gonna look cute.
That's right.
In our mask, our jeans, our tights.
Always.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so ladies, how do you feel about the fashion trends? You ready for it?
I think it's still gonna be pretty laid back and comfortable. I had to wear heels back in October, and I forgot how. I literally took them off like within 5 minutes and like put on my flats. I was like, I really forgot how long I can stand this. Like I'm embracing the comfortable side. And I'm okay. And I think it's like I work from home. So when I do have to leave, like I'm almost dreading it, because that means I have to put on clothes. So, but I definitely see the loungewear, the leggings, the tennies, the slippers. Like I definitely see that sticking longer.
And they're wearing them outside. They're wearing them outside.
Yeah, whatever. But you know what? I think that people who are, you know, our age, you know, I'm not going to call it seasoned, but we're, you know, I think that we, regardless of whatever the trend is, we pick out like clothes that are timeless and class, you know, things, you know, not too trendy. You know? So I think that, you know, either way, whatever's going on, that we'll just kind of continue in that.
Yes.
You know what, Miss Royal, that choker you have on, it's funny that stuff keep repeating itself, because I was wearing chokers in high school and it looks so cute on you. And it's just so crazy how things come back around, you know. It looks so cute. I just had to say that.
You know, my cousin, I got this from my cousin. She sells paparazzi.
Okay.
So I ordered
it. That is so cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, everybody.
Very nice.
But yes, I do like the choker, Miss Royal. Miss Royal is going to lead us into our next segment, and she's going to help us to make it make sense. Now, we know that it's a lot of foolishness going on, and Miss Royal, please tell us, please help us how is it that the pardon and the stimulus are making sense to anyone? So help us, teach us, please. Make it make sense.
Right.
This week alone, Trump pardoned 29 people, including his son-in-law's father, the Paul Manafort, all those guys that were involved in the that Russian scam that they was trying to pick up information on Hillary Clinton. Yeah. So yeah, he's giving these people pardons, but and his kids. The thing is that he's also under investigation here in New York from the Attorney General's office.
Wow.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, he's under
Neither.
investigation here in New York. James is the Attorney General, and her office has him under investigation. So they're questioning whether the people that he gave the pardons to, if they're going to be able to use their Fifth Amendment rights or be incriminated.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, is it just me? Does it feel like this has been the longest 4 years that someone has ever been president?
Yes. Yes.
It's definitely been dragged out.
Yes.
President Obama under. Can you imagine if he
No.
been going through doing this stuff?
No, President Obama does not do half of this stuff.
That's the sad part about what's going on now. Because, you know, people, you know, like us, people of color and other immigrants, right, come here and they looking for the American dream. And before things were hidden, but Trump really didn't. He just uncovered and made people comfortable in, you know, telling us how they felt. So it's going to be amazing how, you know, things transition.
Yes. Moving forward.
Right.
Okay, so it's not just us. The pardons just don't make sense. He's just
Nope.
So we can't make it make sense.
No.
What about the stimulus? Because people have started to get $600. You know, the first stimulus was $1,200.
Right.
Help us make sense of this. So we've been in COVID season for almost a year, almost a year. So you give Americans $1,200 and you want that to last for what, 9 months, and then people have to practically beg for $600. And the president, who did not want to do anything, stepped in at the 9th hour, the last minute, and said, "Oh, I want you to get $2,000," knowing good and well that would not fly.
Right.
Does he think that we can't?
Right. That's the thing.
Doing. I mean, is it us? Help us make sense.
Right. He has no you know, moral grounding to the public people at all.
Yeah.
You know, everything with him and this presidency is all about him, and that's the problem that I have. You know, I mean, people say, "What are we getting? What are we getting?" I mean, we kind of never really got anything, but America as a whole, you know, we were able to have, like, get jobs and have education and stuff like that. And then you expect to improve on that, and that's not asking a lot. So that's the least that can be done for us, you know.
I agree. So
it's with him. It's quid quo. What do you say? Quid quo pro. It's like, you do something for me in exchange. For you.
Yes, I agree.
Right.
Yeah, but you can't even trust that, because he's done so many people dirty and
That is true too.
Absolutely.
But now they're flipping on each other. You see, Mitch McConnell was always with Trump, but now with the $2,000, they split.
Yep.
Interesting.
So long story short, Miss Royal, you can't make this make sense, because it just does not make sense. You know, and you know what? And let's be real, it probably doesn't make sense to half of the people who are publicly supporting it, because they know behind the scenes that this is crazy.
Right.
It's foolish, you know.
Just people that have become disheveled by life. And, you know, they felt that Trump is a businessman and he can do something better than what traditionally has been done. But he was worse than all.
Yeah, but he's a businessman who filed bankruptcy how many times, and has been in court and, you know, for fraud cases how many
times. And that's why he's under investigation here in New York. And his kids may be pardoned and have to testify against him as well.
Well, we will be done with that soon.
Yes, we will.
Better
Thank
things.
goodness.
Peace is on the way, and integrity is on the way. And
Right.
yeah, Lord have mercy. God help them. God help them. Okay, ladies. So we have a very special guest with us today. She is the author of 4 Marriages Before 40. Woo, girl. So I gotta tell you, when I saw the title, I was like, well, wait, what? Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So Kenya Mims is here with us, and we are grateful that she has taken the time out of her busy schedule being an author and a speaker to join us today. So please tell us a little about yourself.
Hi, everybody again. I am originally raised, 'cause I was born up north, but raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Been here in Houston for about 6 years, 6 years. And have my undergrad in health administration, my master's in human resource development, and just I always been a writer, but more so privately, just always writing in my journals. Love journaling, and after all these experiences, and especially after this last one, my sister kind of encouraged me to like kind of put it on paper to help other women. That was the initial intent. Um, and the more I wrote, I was learning that this can help more than just us.
Right.
So I have no kids. I have 2 beautiful nephews, Hazen and Addison, and that's pretty much the gist of me.
Okay.
Pretty much the
So
gist.
we want to know about this book. Can you tell us a little about the book? Now, as an author, I understand that you don't go into, every single detail, because if you want, 100%, of the book, you need to buy it. We get that. But could you give us a gist, a quick summary of the book?
Definitely. So it starts with just giving like a little background about me to kind of get a feel for who I am as a person. But then the 4 marriages begin, so I tap into each marriage, and the foolery that I was in, and during the process talking about my parental relationship. So after my 4th marriage, I started going to therapy because he was pointing out things that he didn't really like. So I touch on those specific things and what I learned and how I began to heal from it.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's that is the gist of it.
Okay.
But of course it's more detailed throughout the book, and just a lot of things that I endured like during the marriages, dealing with different people, and my parents and my siblings too.
Okay. So out of the 4 marriages, what marriage or what was the longest length of time you were married?
That will probably be the second one.
Okay.
The second one. And we were married 2006 to 2009. Yeah.
So about
2006
2
to
years.
2009. Yeah.
Okay. And how long did you date before you decided to?
The first one was 4 months. I was 19. Like I was trying to get away from my dad, like
Okay.
point blank. So after 4 months of dating, he actually we were talking about it and he proposed, and I was like, okay. And so that was that was the smallest gap of time. And then after that, it was between 9 months to a year
Okay.
from for
before you met someone else.
yeah, I the first one was 4 months. The second one was 2000. We met 2004. He proposed 2005, and I didn't want to make the same mistake as the first one, so I prolonged the engagement to 2006. So that was probably like the biggest gap of dating, engagement, and marriage. And then the next one, we met December 2011, and he proposed like that next July. And then the next February.
6 months later.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and this is just a serious question, and I don't mean any humor by this, but what is it that you did or were doing that you could get 4 proposals and marriages before 40? Because I know some people who are, been dating people for years, and
Yeah.
hinting for a ring, and let's get married, and nothing is coming, no commitment. And I'm not saying talking about people like in their 20s. I'm talking about like 40, 50 years old. Like, what is going on? So what's the secret, Miss Kenya?
I don't know what it is. I kind of put in the book what I thought or think it could be. But a lot of people always ask me like, what do you be doing to these men? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Is I don't know what it is, but one thing that I learned like in hindsight was my background. I was showing it too soon. Okay. And I can explain that because my grandma has been first lady my entire life, right? Okay. My mom been a preacher's kid her entire life. So the year after, I'm not gonna say the year after, but probably more when I started paying attention, my dad was called. So not only was my mom preacher's kid, she became preacher's wife too. So I'm seeing these people that I'm always around, and I'm like kind of watching what they do. And my dad's mom, who was a big part of my life, was from Mississippi. And so she was devout, period. Like, and so I had all these Christian values, but what I was being taught was like submission and letting the man be the man. And so when I would get involved with a guy, excuse me, when I would get involved with a guy, I would automatically go into wife mode instead of girlfriend mode. Okay. And I think I was giving it too soon, and it wasn't on purpose. That was just me. Like, I've always been nurturing. Yeah. I've always been a listener. I've always been submissive. I've always been supportive, and at the same time, I've always been low key, down to earth. Love to stay at home, whatever you want to do. And so it was all these qualities. Yeah. And also, I was promiscuous too. I mean, truth be told, wasn't a virgin. So it was all these things wrapped up into one that they were seeing. And every time I got into a serious relationship, I was locked. Like, they didn't let it go, So that's the only thing that and that's why I said, like, it's just me, I've never been or tried to be anybody else but me. Yes. And I think it may, like, after a while, like, I wasn't even realizing it, but after a while, and especially writing a book, I was like, man, I was just giving myself, like, I wasn't like making it a mystery, like, but I guess because of how I am, I give off me like up front, like either you like it or not, and then I move on. But the type of person that I am, like, my personality and everything always just came out up front. Yeah.
Dr. J, do you have any questions for?
Wow. I mean, honestly, I'm just glad that all is well. I mean, four marriages before 40. I mean, I've been married to one man for not 40 years, but for a long, long time. So I say all that to say, God bless you. And the exciting thing is that you're figuring it out, and you know,
Yes.
Yeah.
and journaling, I'm sure, has been so instrumental. And I look forward to reading your book. So
Yes.
I mean, that's awesome.
Thank you.
So Kenya, I have been through a divorce. It was not pretty, and so I get it. And I admire your strength, you know, for doing this 4 times, you know what I mean? That you allowed yourself to trust again, you know, after the first or the second. So tell us how life is for you now.
Life for me now is changing. I thought I was pretty settled on where it was going. And over the course of 2020, like I was really mentally, I feel like I was going into a dark place because I wasn't happy with my employment.
Okay.
And it was factoring like into the relationship that I was in at the time. And I and again, it was one of the goals that I set for myself for 2020 was to get into my degree. And the job that I currently have is not mirroring what I want to do. So
Okay.
it was affecting me like mentally. And because I'm coming up on 40, like it seemed like those bad vibes, and then it's like everything started changing like over the last 3 months.
Okay.
Like my needs have been changing, my wants, like my patience, like it's so many things that was like, and it was all clashing like at the same time. So it's like I feel like I'm on an evolvement path, but at the same time trying to stay positive about it. And I don't know how to do it. So it's like I'm writing down my feelings, like, and it's like it feels good to write it out,
Yeah.
you know, but also talking it out as well is helping. But it's like everything has been happening like at one time, and it was like no way to control it. So I started becoming drained, you know, like mentally, but not only mentally, but emotionally, where I don't have my emotions to give, you know, and it's like I'm tired. Like I don't want to do anything. Like I just don't want nothing, you know. So definitely been a journey, but that's
That's okay. You know, sometimes the journey is where we learn ourselves, learn what we need, what we don't need, who we need, you know, and who we don't need, you know. And everybody's journey is different, you know. And it is okay to be unsure and not have everything figured out right now. But you know, you stay grounded, stay focused, and God will give you all the little nuggets along the way.
Yes, He will.
Thank you.
So we want to thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure. We are excited about your future. We are excited about this book, and we want to encourage everyone to purchase the book and let us know where we can get the book.
Yeah, my website is available on my website, simplykenya.me. And that comes from me, so I will sign it. And you can also order it from Amazon and Barnes and Noble's website.
Wonderful. And we will have that information available to everyone at the end of the broadcast. So we are going to be wrapping up, but before we do, I just need to remind all of our kings and queens that we are still deep into our Queenly Deed segment and our campaign, and that is when we are creating blessing bags for people. And Kenya, just to let you know, our blessing bag campaign has been going strong, and what we do is we create bags with toiletries, socks, hats, gloves, lotions, resource materials, and we decide to be a blessing to someone else. And we want to kind of pay it forward, to keep it going, to spread love as much as possible, especially now the world needs it, a lot of nonsense going on. So we want to kind of combat that with something positive. We also want to remind everyone to please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Respect My Royalty. And we are now on iHeartRadio. Look at God. He is awesome. So on iHeartRadio, you can find us at the Respect My Royalty broadcast. Okay. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you. You all look so wonderful. We are looking forward to a wonderful 2021. God is going to do some amazing things, and we are here for it.
Yes.
So I am Lady Nicole on behalf of Miss Royal, Dr. J, Kim B, and amazing Kenya Mims. We want to remind you to always be the queen that God created you to be. Be blessed. Bye.